Hey guys, hope you're doing well out there. Sorry I haven't done a video in a while. Been busy with a few bits and bobs. Yeah, so it's been a while since I've done one, and I thought I want to think of something good that I could do. And something that I've been listening to a lot recently is a lot of Bootsy, the great Bootsy Collins, and the P-Funk stuff. So I thought it'd be cool just to do just a quick little video on funk guitar and some ideas that I like to use, because a lot of the time the whole funk thing, I don't know, especially for guitar players, because obviously you're playing on like one chord a lot of the time for like 8 minutes or whatever, and you end up, you're in a jam situation and you always hear this somewhere. Not that we've jammed a lot recently because of you know what, but you always find this thing where guitar players tend to stay on like the 9 chord forever, do the stereotypical thing on there, which is fine and great, but yeah, I wanted to just do a video on some playing of Catfish Collins, who's Bootsy's brother, who's in this, was with him, you know, they did a lot of things together, played with James Brown together and stuff, very early on in Bootsy's career anyway. I think Catfish is a little bit older than him. Anyway, so I found this live album, okay, of Bootsy's, which is live in Baltimore, from 1978, which is on Spotify, and the guitar playing on it is just like perfect funk guitar playing. You know, it mixes riff ideas, it mixes just little snippets of chords where you're only playing, you know, 2 strings or 3 strings max, you know. Yeah, it's just a masterclass in that kind of playing, so well worth checking out. This is where this stuff is from, that I'm just going to go over quickly and just show you, and hopefully it might give you a few little ideas for yourself, especially if you're stuck in a rut with what to do on this kind of stuff. Yeah, because funk playing is really fun, you know, and it kind of intertwines in with, you know, R&B and stuff as well, and things like that, so beneficial for all. Right, so we're going to look at the first track from the album, which is a medley of tunes. It's like 15 minutes long. I'm not going to listen to the whole thing because, you know, you don't want to watch a video of a man listening to a song, figuring out the guitar part, right? So, well, anyway, I know the guitar part, but I'm just going to go through 2 little ideas from this, which I think are just really just spot on funk playing. Okay, so here's the first bit. Very James Browny, this guitar part. Just great. It's just great. James Browny, that sounds weird. Okay, anyway, very James Brown. I beg your pardon. So this part, so we're in G. Okay? And we're just hanging out on G. You know? But, you know, like it's, you know, the greatest key. Right? Okay, so we're on G. Right? You don't want to be just doing, you know, hanging out. What does he do on this part? What does Catfish do here? By the way, Catfish Collins, I mean, what a name, right? Just awesome. Anyway, so we've got this part here, first of all, which is on this G9 chord. Okay? And then he's going up to the 13 there, the E. Okay? And then a little slide down. So that's that first part. So he slides down, ready to play this little part based here in our G minor pentatonic territory, right? We've got going up to the 13 again, going up to that E. I'm playing the minor third here, which is cool. Very James Brown kind of thing. That thing, right? Going up to the 13 there. And then down, just finishing, doing this little, and sometimes hitting the E string there as well. But we're mainly playing on the treble strings, right? Apart from there, I am playing that major third there, the B, no, on the D string, because I can hear it on there. Because the great thing about this, the mix, the guitar's pretty loud, so you can hear pretty well what's going on. So here's that part. just love that part. This is a great guitar part for this. So you can play that to your heart's content for 4 minutes or so, because that's how long it is in the track. And then the song kind of changes. We've got this other guitar part, so I'm going to skip to it. Find it. So this is where you have to watch a man finding a guitar part. Okay. So now we've got this. Turn the volume up. So we've got this little part where there's a little riff and a little chord part, which is just on 2 strings, on the E string and the B string, right? We've got this cool little line here. He changes the rhythm around a little bit with it as well. Sometimes it's or, okay? Sometimes changing a little bit here and there, but that's what I'm getting, you know, there or thereabouts, okay? So I'm thinking this G7 chord up here from this shape, from this G major shape here, right, that we'd play. To make that a G7, you got the major third, the fifth, and you play the flat 7 here, rather than playing the root we normally play it there. Sorry, excuse me, doing a sus chord there, which is nice. Back to that. You just change that root note G to F, and you get G7. Cool chord, you know, cool inversion of that chord if you don't know that, right? So, sorry. Got this little riff where it's going sliding from nowhere up to that B note on the D string. Root note, 13 again. The 13 in funk is like magic, man. So, and then up to the flat 7, back to the 13, then the D note there, the 5th degree, right? And then we've got this cool chord part where we're just playing the flat 7 throughout that F on the B string, and then we're moving around from the 11 to the major third, so from the 4th degree to the major third. I should say, right? So little ghost notes in between as well. Important thing to practice that as well, guys. Okay, I'm not just doing that, right? And neither is the great Catfish. It's all about those ghost notes, putting those in there, right? Just like a drummer would do on the snare drum. Okay, so that's cool because you've just got this. You're playing the important chord tones for this G7 chord, right? You're playing the flat 7 and the major 7, the major third there. Excuse me, flat 7, major third. Go up to the 4th, so you get this suspension happening back there. That kind of thing, right? Which just on 2 strings, just perfect. Does not need to be anything else. You don't need anything else to this guitar part. You can also play it down here, that riff. You know, you can do it here. In this G major territory here, moving it from here, doing it here. You know, it's always cool to figure out parts in different parts of the guitar. Practices your note knowledge and note placement, where things are, okay? And you're practicing playing it slightly differently, so it helps with technique as well. And just knowing where things are on the guitar neck is just, you know, invaluable, right? You need to know how to play licks in different places, the same thing. It also gives you different timbre, you know, different strings, you know, they sound different, even though you're playing the exact same note. It's going to sound, you know, a little bit woollier if it's on the bass strings than it is, you know, it's going to sound a little treblier on treble strings. So, good thing to practice there, guys. Yeah, so that's it. Those 2 parts. First one, such a cool part, right? I could play that for hours. I'd be pissing everybody off playing that. And then the next part, just this little jangly part that just fits perfectly in the track. Does not need to be anything else. Then it goes into this whole really awesome riff, but maybe I'll leave that to another time, because that's just also just Jesus, the groove. Oh my god, yeah, it's ridiculous. But anyway, for another day. So, a few ideas there. Hope you got something good out of that one, guys. And yeah, see you in the next one.